Alright, hello, this is X Released with a beginner and 8% tutorial. I wanted to make this because most of the tutorials for this game are pretty in-depth. The main exception being Golden's old tutorial, but that one's getting a little outdated. So that's why I wanted to make this one. Maybe help some new players learn safe strats, an easy route. So let's get started. First thing you'll want one of these time zero files. Ordinarily, a blank file will have like no data or something. You want to select one of those, watch the cutscene, and then reset when Samus gets on the elevator to start Ceres Station, and then you'll end up with one of these time zero files, and you just keep one of these and copy it like that, and then you have a blank file to run from where you don't have to watch the cutscene, which is really nice. Who wants to watch the cutscene every time they reset? Another little thing before we get started that beginners often wonder about is how to do the controls. And I'll post a link to some common control schemes in the description of this video. These are mine. I just use default with item select and item cancel swapped around. It's probably the most common control scheme, but there's some other good ones you can use. There's also some really weird ones that maybe you want to use too. So whenever you're ready, start the game. I'm playing on this ROM hack that has a bunch of info on it. The only thing I really want, or that you really need to know is, or look at, is that input display in the top left, so you know what buttons I'm pressing at all times. That's mainly why I wanted to play with this. It also allows me to save state. This room already has something going on. You can just fall down. Like, I'm surprised I did that first try, actually. Yeah, it's really easy to nick one of these platforms on the way down if you just fall like that. So what we mostly try to do is get one of these, do like a short spin jump off. And when you're in spin, your hitbox is a little shorter than when you're upright, so it makes avoiding these platforms a lot easier. It's also worth practicing being able to do a really short spin jump, because that's useful for a lot of situations in the game. But you can just fall through if you don't like that. I'll run through the next room. When you're running across flat ground, you can do this thing called arm pumping, where you just mash R and L. Every time you do that, it pushes Samus forward 1 pixel. You can also do it when running up a slope. Do not do it when running down a slope. I'll probably show you later at a good spot why that is a bad idea. But you can get some arm pumps in here and jump to this door. There's this thing in Ceres Station called door checking, where you wanna kill your momentum before you get to the door. Wait for the door to open and then run through. And the way we kill our speed is using an angle button, because there's like a little bit of a, like, if you just stop on the D-pad, there's like a little bit of inertia Samus has. Like, it takes her a split second to actually come to a complete stop. But if you're holding an angle, she stops immediately. Stop on a dime is what we call it. Arm pump, door check, run through. You can jump down through here if you like. Door check. Arm pump, door check. Arm pump, door check. Now we're at Ridley. Basically just want to take damage from Ridley as fast as possible to get to beeping health, and then he'll fly away. So 1, 2, 3, jump for the 4th hit, jump for the 5th hit. You want to take all those hits off his tail. So just again, one more time. Stand in this bottom right corner. 1, 2, 3, jump 4, jump 5. There's also something you can do here, where if you get shoved like this, you can just do a turnaround and you'll land right on the edge of this platform. Like essentially be facing to the right, on like the left side of the room, like I am here. You just do a little turnaround and you'll land right on the edge. People probably have ways with the text to time going through this door. I just kind of have a feel for it, which might be why I'm bad at it. Arm pump, door check. Typical series stuff. Arm pump, door check. Alright, here's where this starts to get really dumb. This steam can be really annoying. You usually want to jump up the bottom of these stairs so you don't get hit by that first steam, and then come through here, and then it's essentially luck based whether you get hit by that steam right there or this steam right here. But yeah, I got hit by that last steam. I don't know why I'm trying to show damage boost strats. Just run through. If you get hit, you know, whatever. This room will likely be pretty hard to do for a beginner. The best way to do it is you can just hold right and jump. And Samus will do the spin jump right away along this wall. And then you want to wall jump out of that and get on this platform. And then actually have to do it fast to avoid steam. You just want to do this platforming up. If I could do it correctly, that would be really awesome. Just like that. If that's hard for you, because this wall jump, this first wall jump will probably be tricky when you start. You'll want to come over here and just come up this way. If you get steamed, whatever. Ugh. See, that's what you would want to do. But anyways, get on the elevator. Best you can. Get the heck out of this stupid part of the game. Series is the worst part of the game, in my opinion. It's awful. We're headed to Zeebs. Just run down here. And, like, here's what I was talking about with arm pumping down slopes. Like, if you try to arm pump while you're running down these slopes, let's see if I can get it to happen. Like, see what happened there? Samus, like, kind of fell off the slope. And it's because you're getting pushed a pixel forward, but you're getting pushed a pixel forward into the air. And, you fall and lose all your speed. So that's why you don't want to arm pump running down slopes. So avoid doing it while you're running down a slope. Your cue to shoot the door is about right here. Notice I don't actually hit the door when I'm standing still. I have to be running, like, your momentum kind of gets put into your shot. So that's how you shoot that door without, you know, having to stop or run through anything. You can jump, save a little bit of time getting down here, or you can just run down. It's, you know, whatever. Oops. It's been a while since I've done this strategy. I used to follow this platform. This is a really easy way to get down here and shoot this door. Then follow this platform, then hug against this platform and shoot down, and you'll open that door. It's a really easy and consistent way to open the door. And then fall through. If you just run off here, you're going to clip that platform. Lose about a half second. It's not a big deal, but if you you're good at doing like those really short spin jumps, you can spin jump and get around it, either the outside or the inside of it. So that's nice. And then you want to count these big platforms you pass. You're going to count 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Scoot over a little bit to the left to avoid this guy right here. And then come back right, aim down, shoot the door. So, oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now this room will probably be... I remember having a lot of hard times with this room when I first started. My cue to jump for the first platform is about right here, where this broken glass ends. And you want to land on the left side of it, that way you can get a good run into the next one. You can shoot the door on either this platform or this platform. Doesn't really matter. That's what you want to do, basically. Oh, I should probably talk about elevator grabbing. If you fall in one of these pits, it's fine. That same technique on series at Stop on a Dime, where we kill our momentum with an angle. You can use either angle up or angle down. I use angle down. You want to do that on the elevator to immediately stop your speed and then press down. Wow. Ideally when you're on the elevator, not a few pixels off like I was. But it allows you to grab these elevators really cleanly. Oh my gosh. At least if you're not bad like I am. If you get right to the edge of this, you can jump up here in one jump and get up here. If you jump too early, you're gonna hit your head, and if if you're too late, you'll walk off. So that might be a little tricky at first. Then, if you can do a small spin jump and you'll land on this thing. If you just walk off, you'll actually land right here, which makes the movement a little more awkward. It's not a huge deal. I like to do a wall jump off the little pedestal where you get more fall. Again, that's not a huge deal either. You can just fall down and shoot this thing, morph under, get in some arm pumps, shoot the door, get up here, run through. Easiest way to do this is just to morph down. You shoot out both of those blocks. That's a pretty easy shot. Come through here, grab your missiles. Now, optimally, you do what's called a short hop mock ball out of this room. I'm not really going to go into that. Really, you can watch one of the more advanced tutorials, the zoast tutorial and the sweetnumb oats tutorial. They definitely go into short hop mockballing and all the applications of it. It's not really necessary to know when you're just starting out, though. Just run through, morph, come up here. I like to have all these bricks cleared out and then do a little morph jump to get up here. Just, you know, hold jump and morph in the air. Ugh, forgot I didn't make a save state. Oops. You can actually shoot out all three of those bricks if you land in the right spot, but you know, it's actually kind of good that I'm not getting it because it's probably a little more of an advanced thing. Just run through, arm pump, grab the elevator. Now this room I hold left and shoot, but I don't start holding run until I get on this tile. If you hold run left and shoot, you're gonna bonk the door and lose a bit of time. But just run through. Alright, this room will likely be hard. Probably the easiest way to do it is to just never hold run. I think I used to do it this way. I've completely lost the muscle memory for it. But it's probably the absolute easiest way to do it that I did when I was a straight up beginner. But that's of course going to be a little slow. If you're comfortable running, shooting, and jumping all at the same time, then I feel like the easiest way to do it, to me, shoot this guy, jump to here, shoot that guy, and then you're gonna do what's called a gap skip right here, which is if you just run off this thing, you'll fall down. But if you press down while you're over the gap, like that, like all I'm doing there is hitting down on my D-pad, so I enter this aiming down sprite Samus has, and that allows me to cross that gap because I'm shrinking her hitbox up, and get from here to here, and then once I'm here I jump to the next one and shoot. Try to do something like that. That's gonna be probably pretty hard to do when you first start out, but once you get to where you can you're comfortable with your controls and you can run and jump and shoot well, you know, I don't think it's that bad. Now this next room, if you're straight up beginner, probably just find whatever way is best. Use these platforms and, you know, shoot these guys. You know, don't worry about how fast you go, really. Fast strats in this room are really hard. It's not really another way to say it. For doing faster strats, you want to jump through this door, like I did there. That way you can just hold jump, and you'll be riding along the wall in a spin jump, like this, and get into doing some wall jumps. I haven't actually explained wall jumping, have I? Wall jumping, when you're in spin jumping against the wall and you press away from the wall, you notice Samus enters this little animation when I press away from the wall, where she's kind of like kicking away from the wall. It's like the wall jump check animation. It's during that little animation that you can execute a wall jump. It only lasts for about like 6 frames, I think, 5 or 6 frames. So wall jumping is pretty tough, and you also need to stay in spin while you're doing it. So accidentally pressing up or down is going to kill, you know, your spin, and you'll break out and fall down. So climbing this room with wall jumps quickly, like this, is going to be really tough for a beginner. So I don't recommend doing that way. Probably the easiest wall jump way to do is come in the room, do 3 wall jumps. Now you want to do this 3rd wall jump kind of low, like below this tile in the wall right here. That way you can get around and land on this platform. If you do it too high, you're going to hit your head on that platform like I am here. Like I'm not able to get around it. But if you do it low enough, like right there, then you'll get on the platform. Then the easy wall jump way, I think, is to do like this pattern right here. 1, 2, land on this platform, then jump to here. 1, 2, land, shoot. 1, 2, land. There's actually not an enemy above this platform, so you don't have to shoot. But this general pattern right here, I think, is not too bad. Actually, don't go for that shot, actually. It's a really hard shot. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oops. And just shoot that guy when you get up here. And then you can do 1 wall jump to get up here. That strat's not too terrible. Something like that. Now the easiest, really fast way to do the room is using ledge grabs. Ledge grabbing. So this is another like hitbox manipulation thing. When you're in spin jump, climbing up platforms like this, you notice there's like a little bit of hang time Samus has when she's above the platform. And what ledge grabbing does is it eliminates that by opening up out of our spin with an angle button, either angle down or angle up. Most players use angle down, myself included, just because that's usually on our left hand, and that's a little more comfortable to do for most players, I guess. So it's going to allow us to do that right there. Just like snap yourself right to the platform instead of having like this kind of thing go on. We're kind of hovering above the platform for a little bit. We're just going to snap to the platform right away. And that allows us to do something like this. Oops. You get in this pattern right here. Oh my gosh. And now that's probably going to be kind of hard for a beginner, but it's nice to practice or play around with a little bit, because ledge grabbing in general is really important to get good at. It is, you know, sort of a basic movement thing in the game that allows, you know, it saves time pretty much everywhere that you're climbing rooms like this. Oops. I'm trying to be an idiot and get hit like I am. So, that's one thing that you probably won't be able to do right away, but it's nice to have something to work towards, I guess. Anyways, however you decide to do the room, just jump up through here, and then you're in the parlor. The easiest parlor strat to me is to jump up here, jump up here, jump up here, jump up here, and shoot that guy, because he's going to be in your way. And, you know, I'm using ledge grabs everywhere because they're just kind of burned into my memory. You certainly don't have to do them everywhere if you're not comfortable with them. Once you get on this platform, ideally what you're going to do is these two little wall jumps right here to get up here. If that's hard for you, maybe you could come over here. It's only a little slower. And then you're gonna get right here and jump up through here and come through here. Morph, fall down. You can just kind of hug this wall right here, and you'll be able to fall all the way down and not get hit by this guy. If you accidentally hit any of these platforms, you'll have to wait for him to get out of your way before you fall all the way down. You know, it's whatever. Come through here, equip missiles. Shoot this red door 5 times with your missiles. Run through. And grab your bombs. And that's the first segment of the game out of the way. This segment's actually one of the hardest segments to get right, ironically. I think the next segment's actually probably the easiest in the game. Segment going to the Varia suit. But yeah, that concludes the first section of this tutorial. Hopefully I'll be back with another video soon covering the Varia segment. Thanks for watching.